Hello everybody, it's Lisa and welcome to my Backlist Readathon vlog. So this next week the Backlist Readathon is taking place, so I thought I would vlog the experience. I'm really excited about this readathon. I have a lot of good and exciting books on my TBR. I did do a whole video on my TBR, so I'll have that linked above or down below if you're curious, but you will see the books that I get to throughout the week. For this readathon there are 6 prompts for your TBR, so I think my goal is to just get through all the prompts and complete all of those, whether I read 6 books for the 6 prompts or not. I just want to complete all the prompts, if that makes sense, because you can double up with books. You can have one book count for as many prompts as you possibly can, so that is what I'm going to try to do, but obviously it'd be great if I could get through all 6 books. So last night before the readathon started, I tried to figure out which book could count for the most prompts, and that book is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I think I said this in my TBR for this readathon as well, but a bunch of people on Twitter and I are going to be buddy reading Six of Crows this month, so I already had the plan to read it this month, so I figured I would start off with that, and it also can count for like 4 of the 6 prompts for me, so I'm very excited. So I haven't started it yet. I wanted to start this vlog before starting any of the books, but I think this is what I'm going to start with. I'm very intrigued and concerned a little bit because I have heard that the first chapter of this book is very strange. It's not like at all what the rest of the book is, and there's a lot of people who have read this book already that are like, it's so funny seeing people read Six of Crows for the first time and getting to that first chapter and being so confused, so can't wait to be confused because I will be. So yeah, I think I'm going to start reading this because I keep thinking that I have all the time in the world, but like a week-long readathon to read 6 books is not that long. I did do the reading rush back in July. That was the first readathon I've ever done. I read 7 books in that week, but I feel like I was just reading pretty much constantly and like any opportunity I could get, so we'll see how this goes. So I do have a readathon spread in my journal. I'll probably do like more of a close-up on it later on. I just want to kind of start getting reading, but this could kind of count for a book that intimidates you because this is so hyped up that I am a little intimidated. I am a little scared that it's not going to live up to the hype, or because it's so overhyped I'm not going to love it as much as everyone else. It also could count as one that has been recommended to me. It also could count as one that I'm excited to read. That's what I chose this book for in my TBR video. I also think that this could, oh, I just hit myself in the face. I think that this could count as a diverse backlist title, but I'm not entirely sure on that. It could count for 3 or 4 of the prompts, so this is what I think I'm going to start with, and I'm very excited. So I'm going to stop kind of rambling on and on now. I need to go finish my coffee because I'm like not with the program this morning, and I'm going to start reading, I think. Okay fam, slight issue. I have no motivation to read right now. I feel kind of scammed, like, by myself the past couple of days. So let's start at the beginning of the story. That's normally where they start. So I read Chain of Gold pretty quickly, and then I finished Chain of Gold. I wanted to reread it, but also just kind of started to feel like I was motivated to read. But I finished it like a couple days before this readathon was starting, so I didn't want to start a book and then have to put it on hold for this readathon, so I didn't start anything, but I've been in the mood to read the past couple of days. But now that this readathon started, I'm not in the mood to read. I'm just not feeling it. And it's not this book because it's already entertaining. I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, I'm up to chapter 3, so I haven't read that much, but I know I'm going to like it. I just am not having words. My brain is not wanting to focus on anything. So I think what I'm going to do is pick an audiobook next, or I might read the graphic novel that I chose for this readathon. I decided to read volume 2 of Paper Girls, so I might actually try and pick that up now. I was trying to put it off and wait to give myself a bit of a break in the middle of the readathon if I wanted a break from reading like novels or whatever, but I think that I need the motivation to read, and I think graphic novels are a good way to start readathons to get motivation. So I think I'm going to read that graphic novel and maybe pick out an audiobook from my TBR. I don't know, but I'm struggling. I don't want anyone to think that I'm not enjoying this. Like, again, like I said, I'm not super far, but it is interesting so far. The first chapter, I can understand why people are saying that it's a little strange, and I don't know if that character ever like comes back throughout the book or is like throughout the rest of the series, but we'll see. So I think I might take a break from this and pick up Paper Girls Volume 2, and that'll hopefully get me a bit more motivated to actually read, because this is only a week long. Gotta get through 6 books. This brain needs to start to focus. So it has been a little under 2 hours since I last checked in, but I finished reading Paper Girls Volume 2. Don't know if you can see it, but you probably can't. I did get distracted quite a few times. It's to be expected, but I did finish it, so I am feeling a bit more motivated to actually keep it going now that I've completed 1 book. I also should update my journal. Okay, so I'm going to update my readathon spread, and I'll also show you what it kind of looks like right now. Okay, so I just colored that in, but I just have the title up here and the dates as well, and this is all I had done in my March journal with me. And then what I did is I just wrote all of the prompts in the same like colored markers that I used for the title. The colors kind of match up with their like logo and what they did, so I wanted it to be all matchy. And then what I did is I wrote a couple of the books for certain prompts if they could count for multiple things. So as you could see, Paper Girls Volume 2 could definitely count as a backlist title that has blue on the cover as well, but I just want to color in the 1 prompt for now, just in case I do get through all of these and actually succeed in reading all of them. So that is my readathon spread. I definitely wanted to show you guys what it ended up looking like. I'm feeling a lot better now that I've at least finished something and done a bit more reading. I did really enjoy Paper Girls Volume 2, by the way. I'm still like sort of confused as to what's happening. Like, it's a very strange story that has a lot happening, but I'm still really enjoying it. I find it very interesting. So I'm definitely going to continue on. I think I just need to continue on and read the volumes closer together, because that was another thing too, is I think I waited too long to read Volume 2 from when I read Volume 1, so I couldn't really remember the characters and necessarily everything that was going on. But I don't know, I picked it up pretty quickly, but I also am just confused in general because this is a very strange story. I probably am going to give this one a 4-star just because I still was a little confused, and it's very strange, but it's good. So yeah, I think I'm going to actually read some of Six of Crows again. I'm going to jump back into this, and my mom is bringing me a coffee, so maybe that'll motivate me to continue reading. It'll be my 3rd coffee of the day, so if I'm up until 3 a.m., that's why. So yeah, I'm going to go and read this, and I will check in with you guys hopefully soon. Alright, everybody. It's day 2, it's Tuesday, and I wanted to kind of give a little update on where I'm at. Yesterday, I finished Paper Girls Volume 2. I think I already told you guys about that, but I did some more reading of Six of Crows as well. I got up to page 130 something, 134 yesterday, and I'm now up to part 3, which is page 185. So we're making some progress. I am really liking Six of Crows. I feel like every time I put it down, I just want to like get right back into it. So I have been really enjoying it. There have been some kind of gross things within the past few chapters. Something happened with an eye. I'm not going to get into it because it was absolutely disgusting. But yeah, some of the violence and everything in here has been kind of gross. I'm just like sitting there like, eee. Ooh, but it's still really good, and I'm so interested to see what happens. These characters are insane, so I'm very intrigued to see where this goes. But I also realized yesterday that with Paper Girls Volume 2 being done, and then once I finish this, I have covered all 6 prompts for this readathon. So Paper Girls Volume 2 counts for the shortest backlist title and has blue on the cover, and the other 4 prompts are a diverse backlist title, one that you're excited for, one that's been recommended, and one that, what's the other one? Oh, one that intimidates you. And I feel like this could definitely apply for all of those. I feel like once I finish this, I will have successfully completed all of the prompts for the readathon with only having read 2 books. So So once I finish this, I will have completed all of the 6 prompts, but I'm still going to try and get through my TBR anyways. I still have 4 books left on my TBR, so I'm going to try and get through those. But after I finish Six of Crows, it really doesn't matter what I read because I have completed all the prompts. And for some reason, completing the prompts is like the most important thing to me. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give an update because I just like am in the reading zone. I feel like the more I get into this, the more I just want to know what's going to happen, that I really don't want to put it down. So I don't know how much I'll update today because I actually want to like get some reading done. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give an update on Six of Crows, where I'm at and where I'm at sort of with the readathon. I don't know how to make this vlog more interesting, so I'm sorry if this is boring. I feel like this has been very boring so far, and I feel like it's just going to continue to be boring. So, I'm sorry. Hee 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 hee. Welcome to day 3 of the Backlist Readathon. We finished another. So, I just finished reading Six of Crows like 10 minutes ago. There's nothing that I disliked about this book. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, this whole reading experience. One of the things with this is that I knew I was doing this for a readathon, so in my mind I was like, I need to be reading a lot, but I genuinely like wanted to be reading this whenever I picked it up. I just needed to know what happened. I wanted to keep going. I didn't want to put it down last night, but I knew I would have been up way too late if I tried to finish it. So I finished it this morning, and I'm really happy that I finally read this. I kind of understand the hype. These characters are insane. The plot was so interesting. I feel like the way things kind of ended up coming together was really well done, and I also think that Leigh Bardugo gave a lot of really good backstories to these characters and a lot of reasons and motivations for what they're doing, which I really enjoyed. I definitely like this so much more than the Shadow and Bone or the Grisha trilogy, and reading this made me even more excited for the Netflix show. I'm just really pleased with this, so I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I don't know, I feel like I can't give it anything less than that. I don't know what I would give it. So yeah, I finished Six of Crows, and now I've technically completed all of the prompts, so that's it. That's the end of this vlog. Bye. I'm just kidding. I do, though, need to add the captions for my video going up tomorrow, which is my February wrap-up, so I need to do that today. But I think what I'm going to do is download an audiobook. So the other books on my TBR are Stars Above by Marissa Meyer, Legendary by Stephanie Garber, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. What is my TBR? I don't even know. I'm going to download the Legendary audiobook and at least have that to be listening to when I'm doing the captions for my video. And then I don't know what I'll pick up to physically read next. What did I say? I had Stars Above, Truly Devious, and The Hate You Give. I feel like all of those are pretty different. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm like sitting here trying to say what I think I'm gonna end up picking up. I have no idea. I don't know. But I do know that I'm going to find the Legendary audiobook and download that, and then I'll pick up something. So 2 books down, 4 to go. But technically I've completed all the prompts, so I say this is a success. Okay, that's all. So I just got a package. I'm gonna open it. I know what it is. Look at it. So Andrew Reads, who I have linked down below, went and met Marissa Meyer, went to a signing, and she was kind enough to think of me and get a copy of a book signed, which is the nicest thing ever. I never shut up about Marissa Meyer and her books and how much I love her books. So this was just the most wonderful thing to have and to receive. So thank you, Andrea. I know I've already thanked you and freaked out on you enough already, but I really do appreciate it. And it's just, I'm just gonna stare at this forever. Like, this is gonna become my most prized possession. Okay, that's all. I just wanted to show this off because I'm so excited and I'm gonna go cry and hug it forever. Okay, that's all. Andrea also included some translucent self-sticky notes so you can like mark up your books and then see through what the page says. She also gave me these, which are like bookmarks, and you just like slide them onto the corner of the page, and they're so pretty and so cute, and I think she made them. So this is adorable. Thank you, Andrea. I'm gonna go cry even more. It is now day 4 of the Backlist Readathon. It is Thursday, and I would say we're about like halfway through this readathon now, and I just wanted to give a quick little update on where I'm at. So I think the last time I updated you guys was when I got my book and my package from Andrea, so that was amazing. I am still so blown away by her kindness to get a book signed for me, to think of me in that situation. It's just really kind of her, and I'm still emotional about it. I'm also using one of the bookmarks she gave me, so that's fun. So yeah, yesterday I picked up The Hate You Give. I think I filmed a clip of me taking it off my bookshelf, but I started it yesterday, and then I also have been listening to the audiobook for Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I'll talk a little bit about The Hate You Give first. So I am up to chapter 11, which is page 182, and I feel like I'm flying through this. I feel like it's a relatively quick read because it's just like you just need to know what's going to happen, but also it's like you get so frustrated reading about it that you're just like, I just want this to be okay. When I say frustrated, I love this book so far. I already think that it's going to be a 5-star read. I think the writing is amazing, but also I think it just says a lot about Angie Thomas's writing and her ability to make you feel things, because I have been getting so upset and so frustrated reading this. It's definitely based off of true events, things that happen to people all the time, and I think that's why it's so frustrating and upsetting to read about, knowing that this is a lot of people's reality and this is what happens to a lot of people and how unfair it is. Obviously, I will never personally be able to experience these things and to understand it, but to be in Star's perspective and to be reading it from Angie Thomas's perspective as well, I think it's very impactful and very important, and really hard and upsetting and frustrating to read about, but I am enjoying it despite how frustrating it is. It's a very, very good book, very powerful, and even though I'm very late to the to reading this is, I think, a book that everybody should read. I know everyone's been saying that since it came out, and I know that I'm very late, but if you have not read it yet, you definitely should. And like I said, I've been listening to Legendary by Stephanie Garber, and how far am I? So I have 6 hours and 38 minutes left of the audiobook, and the audiobook I think is, yeah, it's 11 and a half hours, so I'm about halfway through, and I definitely I don't know if this is the series for me. I wanted to continue because I had heard good things about the other books in the series, and I definitely think that I am enjoying Legendary more than Caraval, but I'm also not like loving it either. I think the main character is a lot more interesting than the main character in the first book. In the first book, we're following Scarlet, and in this book, we're following her sister Donatella, and I think Donatella is a much more interesting character. She has way more of a personality than Scarlet did, in my opinion. I just think that she is a lot more interesting. I think I'm sort of at the start of the Caraval game, like starting to begin. I'm very intrigued to see where that goes and see where all of the mysteries within this book go. There's a couple of underlying mysteries as well as the Caraval game thing in this book, so I'm very intrigued to see where that all goes. I don't know, I'm not like loving it, but it has been nice to kind of bounce between the audiobook of Legendary and The Hate You Give, because they're very different, and I feel like sometimes this is just, it makes me so upset and angry that I'm like, I need to put it down and listen to the audiobook that is very different. It's fantasy, it's not, you know, anything that intense, so it's a good balance to have. Yeah, that's kind of my update. I feel like this vlog is boring. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like the first 2 days of like week-long vlogs start out really strong. I'm like getting all these extra shots and like having my coffee and getting shots of me reading, and then by like day 4 I'm like, yeah, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm reading, here's what I think, okay, bye. So I'm sorry if this is getting progressively more boring. I'll try to make it more interesting in these next few days. No promises, I don't live a very exciting life. But yeah, that's my update for now. Potentially we'll check in when something interesting happens, which by interesting, I mean not really that interesting, but interesting for me. It's Friday, day 5. We only have today, tomorrow, and Sunday left of the readathon, and we making progress. So I finished The Hate You Give like a half hour ago. I really, really loved it. I haven't rated it on Goodreads yet, but I think I'm going to give it 5 stars. There's no reason to give it less than that. This was so good, so moving and powerful and impactful, and I feel like that Lady Gaga meme where she's like, brilliant, amazing, never been done before. That's me with this book. And I've also come to the conclusion that anything Angie Thomas writes, I will read. I really want to just completely forget about the rest of my TBR and listen to the On the Come Up audiobook, but I'm not going to do that. But I probably will pick that up soon, and I think she's like announcing a third book at the end of this month. Don't quote me on that, I could be incorrect, but I'm just like so excited to read more from her. I definitely think that she will be somebody that I read her books no matter what it is. I will just automatically read them. So yeah, this was amazing, and it's a 5-star. I'm doing really good so far with my ratings for this readathon. This is my second 5-star, and then Paper Girls Volume 2 was a 4-star, so I'm doing pretty well. I'm reading a lot of things that I'm enjoying, which is good. I'm also still listening to the Legendary audiobook. I was just listening to it before I started this clip, and I have a little under 3 hours left, so I'm listening to it on double speed, so I have about an hour and a half left. I'm enjoying it, but still not crazy about it. I don't know. I feel like this is just a very average series in my opinion, or how much I'm enjoying it. It's just very average to me. It's not bad, and I definitely think that I'm liking this book more than Caraval, but I definitely don't love it either, which is so annoying because I really want to like it, but I don't know. It's a bummer, but I'm not hating it either. Like I said, I definitely am enjoying it more than the first one, so it's not terrible. And I feel like at this point, because this is the second book in a trilogy, there's only one more book after this, so I might end up just reading it to find out what happens, because I don't hate the series. It's just very meh, but I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with that. But like I said, I have less than 3 hours of the audiobook left, but technically an hour and a half. So I probably will finish that today as well. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to read next. I have Truly Devious and Stars Above, I think, left on my TBR. So I don't know which one I'm going to pick up. I am sort of in my Lunar Chronicles feels because of the signed crest that I got. Still not over it. Never gonna be over that. So I might pick up Stars Above just because I like want to be with those characters again because I miss them. But also I really want to read Truly Devious, and I don't know if I want to read the physical copy or an ebook version of it or do the audiobook. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but you'll see. I'm sure I will film some clips of me reading whatever I choose next. Also, sorry for this brief BTS intermission. I'm gonna talk about them. I don't think I have yet this vlog. Have I? I don't know. It all blends together. I talk and think about them all the time. That's just like, I don't know what I have already said. So, Tae from BTS released a song, and it's called Sweet Night. It's so good. I literally, like, my eyes were barely open this morning, and the first thing I thought was, Tae's song dropped, and then I just rolled over and immediately listened to it, and also cried. I don't know why I'm a crier. I wish I wasn't a crier, because if I wasn't, then I wouldn't have been crying the second I woke up this morning, but I was. So I had to talk about that because I feel like that song could potentially ruin the rest of this readathon for me. I might just end up spending the weekend laying in bed staring at the ceiling listening to the song over and over again. But yeah, it's so good and it makes me so happy. So I had to talk about it. I had to give an explanation to if this readathon goes south for me. But yeah, I'm gonna probably take a little bit of a break or maybe listen to the audiobook for Legendary a little bit more, but I kind of want to take a little bit of a break from reading and maybe watch some YouTube videos or something. But I will show you guys when I pick my next read. I'll let you know what I end up picking up and what I think. It's either going to be Truly Devious or Stars Above. We'll see what happens. friends, it's Saturday. We are officially in the last couple of days of the readathon, so we gotta get reading. I gotta give another update. So yesterday I ended up starting Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. This is a collection of short stories from the Lunar Chronicles series, and I think I'm about to be Boo Boo the Fool. I think that I've read a majority of these stories already. What I ended up deciding to do for this is there's 9 different short stories in this, and I started it yesterday, so I figured if I read 3 Friday, 3 today, and then 3 tomorrow, I will have completed the book. And then if I read those 3 stories in the day and then want to continue reading, I will start/read Truly Devious, which I haven't started yet, but I might start that today if I get through the 3 short stories today. But I think I'm Boo Boo the Fool because the first 3 I definitely have read before. I don't know if there's anything new in here. I thought that there was. I thought that it was like a couple of the ones that were like posted online or in our newsletter, or like, I don't know if they're in like the back of the Lunar Chronicles books, but I thought that there were new short stories in here. But so far, the 3 I've read, I've definitely read before. So that's kind of disappointing a little bit, but I'm also still enjoying it because it's Lunar Chronicles and I'm always happy to be back in this world and with these characters. But I thought that there would be at least a new short story to me. We'll see if that changes. I'm gonna laugh if I end up reading this whole entire thing and nothing is new to me, but it's fine. It's Lunar Chronicles, so I'm not gonna be mad, but I'm just gonna feel like Boo Boo the Fool. I definitely have read this next one. So I read the 3 yesterday that I wanted to read, and now I'm up to Carswell's Guide to Being Lucky, and I definitely have read this one before. I don't know if there's ever gonna be one that I haven't read yet, but hopefully there will be. So that is my plan. I'm going to read the 3 short stories today and then the rest of them tomorrow. And then I'm going to start Truly Devious, hopefully maybe sometime today. I would be very surprised if I even started Truly Devious that I'd end up finishing it by the end of this weekend, just because I'm going to be reading this on top of Truly Devious. If I was just reading Truly Devious, I think I'd be able to finish it, but because I'm also reading Stars Above, I don't know if that's going to happen. But either way, we'll see what ends up happening by the end of this readathon. I'm going to try my best to read as much as possible, but I'm pretty proud with what I've read so far. I definitely feel like I've gotten a bit out of my reading slump, so I'm going to go and drink the iced coffee that I made because I've only taken a few sips, so I'm surprised that I'm making sense while filming this. This has been going oddly well for someone who's only had a couple sips of coffee, but I'm going to go finish that and read Stars Above, and I will probably show if I start Truly Devious, you'll know, and then the readathon will be coming to a close tomorrow, which is so sad because it's been so much fun. But if they do another one, I probably will participate because there's a lot of backlisted reads that I have on my TBR. So I could always participate in this readathon and still never be caught up. But I don't know if they're going to do more than one. So we'll see. But yeah, that's my update. I'm going to go read now because I'm just babbling to distract myself from actually reading. So I'll see you later. It is now Monday. The backlist readathon has officially ended, and I thought I would just quickly wrap up what I read this week. I'm about to film a video, a Harry Potter video, if you couldn't tell by my shirt, and also LOL, this being the only point in this vlog where I've had makeup on and looked like somewhat presentable. It's been a rough week, what can I say? But I thought I would just quickly go over everything that I ended up reading this week. So the first book that I finished was Paper Girls Volume 2 by Brian K. Vaughan, and I ended up giving this a 4-star. And then I read Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and I gave this a 5-star. And then I finished The Hate U Give, which I gave another 5-star. I think this and Six of Crows were by far my favorite books I read this week, which is really exciting because these were the 2 books I think I was really excited about. They have been books that I have been waiting to read for a very long time, so the fact that these were 2 that I had been waiting for and they lived up to what I was hoping they'd be was really exciting. And then I listened to the audiobook for Legendary by Stephanie Garber, and I gave this a 3.5 star. I don't think I ever explained my thoughts. I definitely liked it more than Caraval. I think the main character was more interesting, the plot was a bit more interesting, but it still wasn't my favorite thing. It was a 3.5, so it was fine. But I just think that this is just a very average series in my opinion. For me personally, it's just going to be a series that I think a fuzz. I think for me personally, it's just going to be a series that is meh. I feel like at this point I might just end up reading the third book because it's the last book in the series and I kind of want to know how it ends, so I probably will pick that up at some point, but yeah, it was just a 3.5. And then the last book that I read this week was Stars Above by Marissa Meyer, and I ended up giving this a 4-star. What I ended up doing was just taking each short story and rating them on their own and then averaging all the stars together. And it was like a 3.8 or a 3.9 or something, so I just rounded it up to a 4-star. Also, I can confirm that I was Boo Boo the Fool. I'm pretty sure I have read every single short story in this collection. I definitely had read the first 8, and there's 9 short stories, so the only one that I wasn't sure if I had read already was the last one, Something Old and Something New, or something like that. I don't know what it's called. Something Old, Something New, that's what it's called. I can't remember if I read that one or not, but either way, I had at least read 8 of the 9 short stories in here, so it was clown hours, but it's okay. It was still enjoyable. I still love the Lunar Chronicles and these characters, so it was good to be back with them, even though I was sort of Boo Boo the Fool, but it was okay. It was enjoyable. So I didn't end up reading Truly Devious at all, just because I didn't want to rush it. I didn't feel like reading this weekend, honestly. I kind of read the short stories and then was like, not in the mood to read after I got that done, so I just kind of didn't want to pick it up and rush through it for the sake of getting another book done. I will probably read Truly Devious soon because I really do want to read that book, but I just didn't do it this weekend because I didn't want to have to rush through it and get it done by the end of last night. Just for the sake of getting a book done, I want to be able to enjoy it. So I didn't end up reading it, but I would still say that this readathon was a success. I still completed all of the prompts. I just kind of had to double up on some. So yeah, it was a very fun readathon, even though this week was a lot. I do want to thank the hosts of this readathon again, just because I know that they didn't plan for this readathon to happen during a week where the world was freaking out, but it was a great distraction from all of that. I think every time I felt like overwhelmed with, you know, the news and not being able to talk about literally anything else with anybody, and also just feeling like I couldn't go on any social media without seeing something about the coronavirus, I would just pick up a book and kind of escape into that for a little bit. So I definitely read a lot more than I was planning to because of that, but you know what? It was fine. So yeah, I just wanted to thank the hosts for having such a fun readathon despite everything going on. I think it was a good distraction for a lot of people participating. But yeah, I think that that's going to complete my Backlist Readathon vlog. So thank you for watching this very long and boring vlog. I feel like that is a summary of every vlog I've ever done, but I hope you enjoyed watching it anyways. So thank you all for watching. I hope you stay safe. I hope you stay healthy. I hope you're washing your hands. I hope we are socially distancing ourselves, or whatever the term is. I'm good at that, so I'm all set. But seriously, I hope you stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you for watching this vlog, and I will see you in the next video.